welcome to this week's episode of Small Talk. This is part of my 21-day challenge of small beginnings. It's all about focusing on how we can break down our big dreams, big goals into small, actionable items so that each day we can really move forward and have progress and not necessarily perfection. And so what I like to do with Small Talk is engage with those who are following along in the challenge and those who can share their own stories about how they had small beginnings or any tips that they have. So this isn't a one-sided conversation. It's not just me posting fun motivational Facebook posts or pictures on Instagram to give you guys some daily action items, but it's a conversation. So I hope that you'll comment and offer your own advice and stories about how you may have started out small and have ended up with something big. And so I'm going to start off with a couple of tips that were posted in one of my Facebook groups. The first is from Ebony, and it says, I asked the question, what are some small beginnings that you recommend? And so she gave me 3. First, getting out of bed. 2, picking up the phone. And 3, asking for help. And I feel like that third one is a really major one. When you have a goal or when you have a dream, sometimes you can own it a little bit too tightly, in that you feel like no one gets where you're coming from or they can't possibly understand what you're going through. But you may have people who can help you reach that dream faster and more efficiently and better than you could have ever imagined if you would simply just reach out and ask for help. So I always recommend that know who your circle is composed of. You may have people who have talents and skill sets that you don't have, and they can just add to the accomplishment of your dream. So the second tip is from Tasha. And it says, one of my small beginning actions is waking up in the morning and writing out your intention for the day. Done on a regular basis, this really shifts mood, perspective, and action. And I totally agree with this. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a writer, but writing down your vision and making it, plain is, I think, one of the most beneficial ways that you can, have a clear vision and know where you're going. And by taking those first few minutes of your morning and dedicating it to writing down what your intentions are for that day, don't worry about next week, don't worry about tomorrow, but what you plan on doing that day, it really helps to set the tone. And it really helps you focus on what your purpose is. And so you don't get sidetracked or distracted or frustrated because you're all over the place. And so I totally agree with that comment from Tasha. And those are my few tips for today. Small talk is supposed to be small, so I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to share some additional tips from some folks in the next episode, and hopefully you'll contribute. So again, just use the hashtag small beginnings. Comment on my website, faithbeatsfear.com. Tweet me at JustLakeisha or Instagram, Lakeisha Poole. So please share your tips about how you have small beginnings.